Hello everybody, this is Rouge the Bat, and I'm with my friend and colleague Shadow the Hedgehog. Say hi, Shadow!
Hello everybody, it's me, Shadow the Hedgehog. And it's about time that we got around to doing this Q&A session. You guys sent in a lot of interesting questions, and we just can't wait to answer them.
So Shadow, would you like to start off with the questions?
Of course I will, Rouge. Let's not waste any time here. So, our first question comes from your boy Evolution, and he says, this is a 2-in-1 question for both of you. So, Shadow and Rouge, since you are both partners, what are your most favorite downtime activities to do after a mission? And if there had to be a favorite spot to go to do them, where would you both go to do those said activities, and why?
Shadow, would you like to answer this first?
Sure. Well, whenever I'm not called upon by GUN to do a mission, a lot of the times I'll just keep to myself unless someone like maybe Rouge and, on very rare occasions, Sonic reaches out to me. And I guess occasionally we'll just run around, I guess, and usually it's more of a friendly race or a competition, since, while I don't exactly hate his guts, he is more of a rival than anything, and I hate to admit it, but sometimes it can be fun. Now, if I was to do this in a specific location, I prefer to do it in a place where nobody can bother us. The most common location that will do this is an abandoned Eggman base, because, well, those are usually isolated to begin with, aside from a couple robots that haven't been totally dismantled, but those don't take long to deal with at all.
Okay. Good answer. I knew you didn't hate Sonic.
Well, not anymore. I guess I've warmed up a little bit.
Yeah, those two have come a really long way since I met them for the very first time in Sonic Adventure 2. It's kinda cool to see their development, actually.
Yeah. We really have come a long way since then. I'm not gonna lie, it felt weird to cooperate with them at first, but I've warmed up to it a lot since then.
Clearly. Although, you two are still very annoying when it comes to one-upping each other, especially in races.
Yeah, I suppose we are. But after all, I am the ultimate life form, and I don't want him to forget that.
Shadow, I don't think you'll ever forget that, considering how much you mention that whenever you're in a battle or race with him.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But maybe a part of me just really enjoys saying it. That entire title is just very intimidating and cool, you know? The ultimate life form. It just sounds cool and it rolls off the tongue really nicely.
Oh, Chaos, what did I start? Anyways, as soon as Shadow is done blabbing his mouth about himself, I'd like to answer the question. So, when it comes to activities that I like to do in my downtime, well, we know how much I love stealing emeralds, so I'll occasionally fly up to Angel Island, say hi to Knuckles, try to steal his emerald. We'll do that like once a week. Then when I'm not doing that, I'm just hanging out in my cave, probably sleeping. Or, if I feel like it, maybe fly at nighttime, just enjoy the scenery. It's really fun.
Yeah, honestly, I think I can really respect that lifestyle.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, Rouge.
I mean, I am a creature of the night, so my activities are always fun.
Yeah, I also love how you mentioned that you like to say hi to Knuckles. Like that's all you do when you go over there.
We don't need to talk about that at the moment. I'm sure I will get questions on my relationship with Knuckles.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. So, what do you say we move on to the next question?
Alright, let's do it.
Okay. Our next question comes from Midnight Fire 1222. And they actually have two questions for us. First of all, to Shadow. If you ever were infected with Dark Gaia energy, like that one time Sonic was, would you also look like a werehog, or would more of your black arms traits shine through as well, like some fan content that's been made? That's a very interesting question. Well, I've never really thought about this before, since I don't really think that would ever happen to me, but I guess that's why it's a hypothetical. Well, I wouldn't lie. Being a werehog would be very cool. I mean, I'm the coolest already, but, you know, just having all that fur, being able to stretch your arms, wouldn't that just make me even cooler? Oh, and of course, the spiky shoes. The spiky air shoes, in this case. Well, all of that would be really cool, and sure, I wouldn't have my speed anymore, but I'd still look really cool. And as for the black arms traits, well, I feel like those have been expelled from me entirely, considering that Black Doom isn't really a part of me anymore. He's completely out of my life, and I don't think I'm gonna have to deal with him anytime soon, or his little army. And good riddance, too.
You know, if you were a werehog, Dark Gaia would definitely have some trouble.
Yeah, Dark Gaia wouldn't even stand a chance. If he can't beat Sonic, then he doesn't stand a chance against me.
Although, I feel like you would work well with the Dark Gaia energy, considering your personality now. I know you're not evil, but you're still dark and mysterious.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we would just mesh really well together.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, it would be very cool to play as you in Unleashed.
Yeah, that would be very fun. Now, what do you say we get to the other question?
Of course.
Alright. Now this is a very interesting question. To Rouge, do you still like trying to steal the Master Emerald, or do you just use it as an excuse so you can visit a certain red echidna warrior more often? In other words, do you have a crush on Knuckles?
Shadow, do I really have to admit my love life to all of these viewers?
Well, that's what they wanted to know, so I guess.
Alright, might as well get it over with. Yes, I have a small crush on Knuckles.
Well, that wasn't so hard, was it?
Maybe a little. But don't tell him that, okay?
Okay, it's alright. This stays between us, okay?
I don't trust you, but okay.
You don't have to. I'll just have to prove to you that I'm very trustworthy.
That would be interesting to see.
I I know. Well, let's move on to the next question. So, this next question comes from Temple Cat, and she prefaces her question by saying, "Ooh, I cannot wait for this." And then she asks, what or who are you most grateful for both of us? Well, there are a couple. Well, first of all, I can't thank Maria enough for showing me all of that kindness, and I'm never going to forget what she's done for me, and how she molded me into the person that I am today. I know what she would have wanted, and I continue to carry out her vision every single day, step by step. And, well, that's one. And another person that I'm very grateful for is, well, you might not expect this question, or not expect this answer, but I am very, very grateful for a certain pink hedgehog who goes by the name of Amy.
Amy?
Yes.
Why Amy?
Well, I guess during the whole incident on the space colony Ark, I guess I just wasn't too sure of myself or what I wanted. But she came to me, and she reminded me of what exactly I should be fighting for. And in a way, she reminded me a lot of Maria, and she reminded me of who I should be. And for that, I can't thank her enough. She gave me a very moving pep talk that kind of molded me into the person that I still am right now. Because of her, and because of Maria, I carry out my duties to protect humanity and to give them the chance that they desire to live life. They all deserve a chance at the pursuit of happiness, and she made me realize that. And, well, one more is that, of course, I'm very thankful for you, Rouge, and for Omega, for showing me kindness and agreeing to be my friends when I wasn't able to see you like that at first. I guess I learned a lot from you in that way. And I guess, in a way, I'm thankful for the doctor for awakening me in the first place. And I hate to admit this, but I'm very thankful for Sonic as well. He has given me yet another purpose to live life and to just do whatever I feel like, as long as I'm not hurting anyone.
Shadow, I didn't know you could be so sentimental like that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah. Deep down from that dark and brooding exterior is a softy inside.
Yeah, I hate to admit it, but it's true.
Well, as far as people I'm grateful for, I have to give props to my two besties, Shadow and Omega, who have been with me since the very beginning. Shadow and I have had a really close bond and friendship. It took a while for us to warm up to each other, but I'm ultimately very glad to have him by my side, and it has been a pleasure to watch him grow. He's like a brother to me. And Omega as well. Omega is just really fun to be around, and I love hanging out with him. And, I guess to some extent, Eggman? 'Cause I mean, life wouldn't be interesting without him, right?
Yeah, I guess it is thanks to him that I was able to do everything that I've done over the course of the past few years. And for that, I guess I owe him. But I didn't think I would get so sentimental, but here we are.
It is the holidays.
Yeah, I guess it is that time of year.
Surprisingly, I actually really liked working with Eggman, because he would always give me something in return if I worked for him. So I'd say that he's a very worthy adversary to work with, but he can also be a pain in my wing, so it's a double-edged sword with him.
I guess. Yeah. It seems like he'll only help you if there's something in it for him, which isn't the worst thing because he's still willing to help you in the end.
And most of the time he delivers his promises.
That's true. Well, I think we've spent enough time on this question. What do you say we move on?
Sure.
Alright. This next set of questions comes from Galaxy Studios, who has 2 questions. First of all, to Rouge. Why are you obsessed with jewels?
This is a simple question, and it has a simple answer. Because they're pretty, and I like pretty and shiny things. That's why I'm obsessed with jewels.
Very straightforward and to the point, Rouge. I really like that.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, their other question was for me, and their question is, what was it like going super for the first time in Sonic Adventure 2? Well, I won't lie. That isn't the first time that I felt the Emerald's power, but it was the first time that I experienced energy from all 7 of them at once. And the fact that I was sharing it with Sonic took the edge off a little bit, but it was a little bit overwhelming. But it didn't take long to get used to it. Once I went super, I just felt powerful, and I felt like there was nothing I couldn't do. And it just felt so good to take down that giant lizard and stop the Ark from crashing into the Earth.
That's great, Shadow. Not gonna lie, I was kinda jealous that you got to go super. I wish I could go super.
Maybe you could. You just have to try it.
I don't see that happening, unfortunately. Considering you and Sonic hog the Chaos Emeralds.
Well, if you say so. You'll never know unless you try, though. I'll just put that out there.
He has a point.
Well, let's move on then. Our next set of questions comes from Vincent101, who once again has a question for both of us. So, to Shadow, do you still remember what Amy said to you on the Ark? Also, are you 2 friends or just close acquaintances? Well, I technically answered this question already, but yes, I do remember what she said, and I guess I still owe her for what she said and what she reminded me of. I just see a lot of Maria in her, and I don't get that from anyone else. I don't see her as often as I'd like to, but maybe at some point I'll be able to see her again.
I gotta get you 2 on, like, a date or something like that.
Maybe. Although, her style doesn't really mesh well with mine. I still think we can balance each other out in a way. Opposites attract, right?
Yes, they do. When I mean dates, not like romantic date because she's dating Sonic, but it would be cool if you 2 went to a Taylor Swift concert together.
Yes, that would be amazing! Well, Sorry about that. I didn't mean to get riled up.
Shadow's Taylor Swift obsession, it's very cute. I never expected him to be obsessed with Taylor, but he is, and I find it very adorable.
Well, I'm not exactly used to being referred to as cute, but I guess I'll take it.
I think you're pretty cute, Shadow. In a friendly way, of course.
Yeah, I guess so. I could say the same thing about you.
Thank you. I'm very flattered.
Of course, Rouge. Well, let's get to Vincent's other question. This is for Rouge. Other than emeralds, what is your favorite type of jewel?
You know the saying, diamonds are a girl's best friend?
Yes.
Well, they quite literally are. I love diamonds. They're just so pretty. I especially love wearing diamonds as well.
Of course. I mean, they do fit you very well. And I know how much you like shiny things, so it really just complements your personality more than anything.
Why, thank you, Shadow. Not gonna lie, you're making me blush a little bit.
Maybe that's my plan. But, of course, I don't want to go too far. After all, I wouldn't want to get in between you and Knuckles.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the best idea.
Yeah, not at all.
You know he would kick your ass, right?
Yeah, in his dreams.
I'd actually pay to see you two fight. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, maybe it would be, but I don't see myself losing to him.
Okay, good to know.
Alright, let's move on. So, this next set of questions comes from Neil the Hedgehog, and he has a very good number of questions for us. First of all, to Shadow and Rouge, what are your plans for this Christmas? Well, I can't really say I had many plans for Christmas. In fact, I think it's safe to say I'm not really a big celebrator of it. Now, of course, there have been people who tried to reach out to me, and I appreciate that, but just going out of my way to do these kinds of things isn't really my style.
Shadow is such a Scrooge.
Yeah, of course.
Meanwhile, I love Christmas. I love to decorate our apartment with a Christmas tree, decorations, stockings. I'm all about Christmas. And another thing I like about Christmas are the outfits, because I love dressing cute. So, on Christmas Eve, I dress as Mrs. Claus. And I bring the boys hot cocoa. Well, at least Shadow. Omega isn't allowed to drink it.
Yeah, that would just fry his circuits.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll have friends over, like I actually had Amy over recently, and we baked some Christmas cookies. It was really fun.
Yeah, I remember that. I know I'm not exactly the outgoing type, but I guess I didn't mind coming over.
Oh, I bet you didn't mind.
Not at all. I guess I'm not a very decorative person, but I did really admire the effort that went into making everything very festive.
Why, thank you. Just want to bring a little bit of Christmas cheer to our home.
Yeah.
Besides,
Well,
you really need it.
maybe. But, yeah, the fact that I like to keep to myself a lot is... I can't tell if it's more of a blessing or a curse.
Maybe it could be both.
Yeah, I guess so. They both have their benefits.
Yep.
Alright, so, next question. To Shadow, do you like puppies or kitties?
I think I know the answer to this one.
Alright. You listen here, and you listen good. This stays between us and doesn't go outside of this, okay? Alright, now that I've prefaced this, I love those things. They are so adorable, and I cannot get over how precious and fluffy they are. Every time I pick up a puppy or a kitten and I just look into their adorable, precious eyes, I just internally melt. I internally crumble into a puddle on the floor, and I just can't get enough of it. And the noises they make, like the little whimpers or the meows, I just can't get over them. They're just so cute, and I don't think I am ever going to appreciate them enough.
Yep. I said it. Shadow's secretly a softie.
Oh, great. Why did I say that?
You know I'm totally clipping that, right?
Yes, I know. Well, I guess now it's out there.
Oh, come on, Shadow. It's not like it's gonna ruin your reputation. I know. Sonic is gonna make fun of you for it, though.
Oh god, I didn't even think of that.
It's okay. You can get him back.
Oh, I'm gonna get him back, alright.
Not now, though. We still have this Q&A to get through.
Yeah, I know. Well, let's keep going. To Rouge, when did you get into jewels?
When did I get into jewels? I remember it was in Sonic Adventure 2 when I saw the Master Emerald for the first time, and I was just captivated by its beauty. And when I saw it for the very first time, I just thought to myself, I don't care if I have to spend my whole life trying to get that jewel, I'm gonna get it. And that is when I dedicated my whole life to obtaining that emerald, and that emerald alone. So there you go. That's my answer.
Well, I guess I kind of expected that. I mean, it is exactly right up your alley, isn't it? Just a big, massive, shiny jewel. It's basically begging to be taken. But, of course, it's a little more complicated than that, because Knuckles is right there.
You know how pretty it would look in our safe?
I guess, but that would take a while, I'd assume.
Yeah. I have my ways, though. I have ways of distracting Knuckles, so I can steal it for myself.
Well, that emerald does mean a lot to him, so it's definitely gonna take a lot to do that.
I know how to push his buttons. I'm not concerned about it.
I know, and I won't lie, it's kind of amusing.
It's very amusing. The way he gets so flustered when I flirt with him, it's adorable.
Yeah, I guess it is. Now, let's move on to the next question. To Shadow, what did you eat on the Space Colony Ark? Well, for most of my time there, I was just fed through a tube. They didn't exactly tell me what it was, but I never really questioned it. And I guess one time I did try to do something different. They gave me something called, what was it? A chili dog? Yeah, that's what it was. And it wasn't exactly my favorite. So I just stuck to what they gave me before. I know Sonic likes them though, which I guess just goes to further prove that he's the opposite of me. And I don't really remember anything outside of that.
I bet the food wasn't very good.
No, it wasn't, but it's not like I could complain.
Weren't you asleep?
Exactly. I was asleep, so, like I said, I couldn't complain.
Nope.
Alright. Next question. To Shadow. Are you and Commander Abraham friends now? Well, I wouldn't exactly say friends, but he's not exactly trying to hunt me down anymore. I guess he feels like he owes me one after I saved the world from Black Doom, which is good. He's not constantly on my case anymore.
I swear, he wanted you dead in Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, it was really annoying, but at least he's finally left me alone.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah. And finally, Neil's last question is for both of us, and he asks, do you get coffee together?
Oh yeah, we love getting coffee together. So Shadow, what do you usually order when we get coffee together?
Well, I usually prefer my coffee made with dark roast, and well, it usually turns out to be my favorite just because the first time I had a sip, it just really stuck with me, and everything outside of that just hasn't done it for me like that does.
Meanwhile, I like to expand in my horizons. Sometimes I'll get a latte, and if I'm feeling like it, I'll get peppermint, or I'll get vanilla, mint. You know, anything with any kind of flavor I love.
Ah, yes, especially any kind of holiday flavor. I know you're into those.
You know it.
Yeah, I can tell. Well, thank you for the questions, Neil. And to everyone else who submitted questions so far. We really appreciate them. Now, on to the next question. This one comes from Mario Man 574, and he asks, Shadow, what kind of coffee beans do you recommend eating? Dark roast. No further elaboration needed.
Okay. That was very straightforward and to the point.
Yeah, I just know what I want.
Clearly.
So, thank you for the question. Now, our next set of questions comes from AmeliaPlayz, and their first question is for me. To Shadow, is Sonic your friend? Well, it's a little complicated. I guess, yes, he is my friend. But at the same time, he's also a big rival. And, well, we've been going back and forth on who is faster, who's stronger, all of that stuff. And, well, he loves to insinuate that it's him, but I feel like it's me. I guess we'll never know for sure. But yes, in a way, I do consider him a friend, and we have helped each other on multiple occasions.
I'm gonna have to tell Sonic that.
He would never let me hear the end of that.
Exactly. Or we could just keep it to ourselves.
I guess. But Sonic's probably gonna watch this at some point. And then it's all gonna be downhill from there.
I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up on our doorstep.
Yeah. That's gonna be interesting. Well, on to his next question. Or their next question, I'm sorry. I don't know how you want to be referred. Anyways, to Rouge and Shadow, what is your favorite moment that you would never forget?
I know mine.
Well, perhaps you'd like to go first, Rouge.
So my favorite moment was when we saved the world in Sonic Adventure 2. Honestly, despite the world almost ending in Adventure 2, I had some really good memories because that was when I first met Shadow. And that was when I really saw my potential as a secret agent, and I did everything I could to stop Eggman by going undercover. But in the end, we all had to work together to save the world.
Yeah. And, well, that's exactly what we did. I'm not gonna lie, my answer to this question would probably be very similar, in a way. Originally, in that whole event, I only did things for myself. And then, like I mentioned several times already, Amy was there for me, and she reminded me of what exactly I should be fighting for. I didn't really have a reason to be against humanity and let them die. So, that's exactly what I did. I prevented that from happening. And I like to think I played a very big part in that.
You did. I will never forget what Shadow did for us at the end of that game.
Yeah. I literally gave everything to save the Earth. I just know that's exactly what Maria would have wanted. And in the end, if I can make her proud of me, that's all I could ask for.
You did make her proud, Shadow. You made all of us proud.
Thank you.
You're welcome. From that day...
All right.
Wait. I'm not done yet.
Oh, sorry.
From that day, I've been thankful that you've been by my side. I couldn't ask for a better friend and ally.
Yeah. I guess I didn't know how to feel about you when I first met you, but I guess I warmed up to you very quickly with saving you from that island explosion and helping you deal with all the stuff with Mephiles and all that stuff. We've been through a lot, and I guess it's brought us closer in more ways than one.
Yeah, we have.
Alright, well, before we get too emotional, let's move on. Thank you for the questions. Now, our next question comes from Terrence K. World, and they ask, Shadow, would you have wanted to fight the Titans in Sonic Frontiers? Well, I would have loved to show up on those islands and give those Titans a piece of my mind. I imagine it would be really fun to fight those things. And well, of course, the fact that I would need the emeralds would definitely make things interesting. They seem to put up a really good fight against Sonic, so who knows? I think fighting them would be very fun. And I have no doubt that I'd be able to take them down as well.
Definitely. I feel like the Titans would be very afraid of you.
You're damn right they would be. once again, thank you for the question. This next question comes from Stargleam the Hedge Dragon, and they ask, I guess we've answered this question already, but to Rouge, how's your relationship with Knuckles?
It's very simple. I go up to Angel Island, I flirt with him, try to steal his emerald. He gets mad, flustered, try to steal his emerald. Most of the time I don't succeed, I fly away, and I do it next week.
Yeah, very straightforward. I guess that emerald isn't exactly the only thing you want to steal when you go up there, huh?
Shadow.
I know, very uncharacteristic of me, but I'm capable of teasing from time to time.
Clearly. I guess I deserve that.
It's okay. You'll get your chance eventually.
Okay.
Well, very interesting question. Thank you for that. Alright, we only have a few more questions left. Our next question comes from Subway Adventures. To Shadow, are your gloves super glued to your hands? Try taking them off. Okay. If you say so, if that's what you really want to know, here you go. Okay. There's no reason this should be difficult. Okay. Well, I guess that's not happening.
Damn. I guess they are.
After all, they fit like a glove. Which makes
Literally.
sense because they are gloves.
Wait, I just realized. If you wanted to take your gloves off, you'd have to take your inhibitor rings off too. And if you take your inhibitor rings off, then... well, the house would be blown up.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if I could take them off without taking off the rings first. And, well, it doesn't look like that's possible.
No. There's your answer. They can't be taken off.
Yeah. After all, I wouldn't want to hurt anything that I don't intend to hurt. So, that's not going to happen. At least, unless it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah. No, he's extremely careful with his inhibitor rings, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for the question. Let's move on to our next one. This next question comes from Classy Cam, and they ask, to Rouge, why do you like emeralds so much?
Well, I already answered this question. Because they're pretty. And they make for a good fashion accessory.
Yeah, I've noticed. In fact, I think I remember one time you made a couple earrings out of some shards of the Master Emerald. Very clever idea.
Yeah. Knuckles wasn't too happy about it though.
Of course he wasn't. But I won't lie. They were a very good idea, and I thought they looked really nice on you.
Why, thank you, Shadow.
You're welcome, Rouge. Well, thank you for the question, despite the fact that we may or may not have answered it already. But, let's move on. And this is our final question. This one comes from Silver Coolbro, and they ask, Shadow, what's your opinion on Mephiles? Yes. Me Files. I remember him. He was quite a handful to deal with, and I'm glad that he's out of the picture.
He was creepy. He just gave me really icky vibes whenever we were around him.
Yeah. Luckily, I took care of him, and we don't have to deal with him anymore. Him, along with Iblis, are out of the picture, and we don't have to deal with his creepy self anymore.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Well, luckily, he couldn't handle me at all, considering I was able to beat him twice.
Yeah. I was so glad I got to witness you taking your inhibitor rings off. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen you do.
Yeah, I'll admit, he was no pushover by any means. I mean, no one else has really forced me to take the inhibitor rings off.
When you took those off, you were unstoppable.
You're right. There was nothing he could do against me at that point.
Nope. So in a way, we kinda have to thank him for giving us a good challenge.
Yeah, but it's a good thing we got rid of him, because who knows what he could have done to this world.
Yeah. It was pretty cool when you teamed up with Sonic and Silver to defeat Solaris.
Yeah. I will say, that was a very enjoyable experience.
You didn't mind sharing the spotlight with Sonic and Silver though, did you?
No. At that point, I had warmed up to them.
Even Silver?
Yes, even Silver, considering the fact that I had a whole time travel adventure with him in the past.
Well, that's one way to do some bonding.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the questions, Silver Cool Bro. And thank you to everyone else who submitted questions. These were all very interesting, and we had a great time answering them.
Yes. I believe Shadow had a really great time answering some of these.
Yeah, a very, very good time.
Thank you for all of your participation. We are immensely grateful, and we hope to see you guys soon in the future.
Yes, once again, thank you for the very interesting questions, and we really appreciate you taking the time to watch this Q&A.
Did you learn something new about us? I'm sure you did.
Of course. Well, thank you to everybody for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to AmeliaPlayz for even more fantastic content.
Yes, she is quite talented.
I know. Very, very talented. You'd be missing out if you didn't hit that subscribe button.
Okay, I think that's enough. I think we're gonna wrap it up, Shadow. We'll see you all
Alright.
next time.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody who watched this. See you next time, everybody.
You want a chaos control out of here?
Of course. Until next time, everybody, this is Shadow and Rouge, signing off. Chaos Control!